Good morning, I'm Craig DeGrelli. It's Wednesday, December 11th, 2024, and these are your Unbiased Updates. We are learning more about the man accused of killing the UnitedHealthcare CEO. The suspect appeared in a Pennsylvania courtroom, what he shouted to reporters, and the latest on where the investigation is leading police. And wildfires burn out of control. Californians forced to drop everything and run. The university where students sheltered in place in flame-resistant buildings, and the forecast for today.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world, these are today's Unbiased Updates.
This morning, Luigi Mangione remains in custody in Pennsylvania as he fights extradition to New York. 1 week after authorities say he shot and killed UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson outside a New York City hotel. The 26-year-old suspect appeared in court in Pennsylvania on Tuesday, but not before shouting to reporters as he entered the building.
Luigi, do it. And it's completely out of touch. And it's an insult to the intelligence of the American people and its lived experience.
Mangione yelling to reporters, quote, an insult to the intelligence of the American people, as deputies hauled him into the courthouse. The murder suspect not waiving his extradition to New York, meaning Mangione will remain in custody in Pennsylvania as he has 14 days to challenge the detention. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office said it will seek a governor's warrant to force the extradition to New York, where he faces charges including second-degree murder. New York Governor Kathy Hochul says she will sign a warrant for his extradition to ensure he is, quote, tried and held accountable. In court, Mangione was denied bail on the felony charges of forgery and carrying a firearm without a license in Pennsylvania. His lawyer telling reporters his client will plead not guilty to the charges filed against him in Pennsylvania.
Saying he's innocent at this point?
He has indicated pleas of not guilty. The only charges that we've seen thus far have been the ones here in Pennsylvania, and we have pled not guilty to those charges. And we'll
what's his state of mind?
I really can't get into that. That's too speculative. I'm not going to get into that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear from here. You said he has said he's innocent so far?
Oh, yeah, we pled not guilty, at least to the charges in Pennsylvania. Like I said, I'm not aware of any actual charges in New York.
As the investigation in New York into the murder continues, NYPD Chief of Detectives Joseph Kenney tells Fox News they are looking into whether the suspect suffered a back injury and filed any claims with the insurance industry prior to the shooting. His roommate in Hawaii telling various broadcasts Mangione's back surgery caused him great pain, and he was extremely angry about it. Mangione had 3 pages of writing on him when he was arrested inside the Pennsylvania McDonald's on Monday morning. NYPD saying the notes were addressed to, quote, the feds, telling authorities he acted alone. Investigators say Mangione might have been inspired by the Unabomber Ted Kaczynski and are looking to see if the CEO, Thompson, was the target of, quote, a symbolic takedown against corporate corruption. It's been reported that Mangione's mother was so worried about him, she had filed a missing persons report in November. In a statement, his family said they are shocked and devastated by his arrest. They say they offer prayers to the family of Brian Thompson and ask for people to pray for all involved. The fallout from South Korea's martial law declaration widens as the imprisoned former defense minister attempted to take his own life. Investigators now plan to arrest the former president as police tried to raid his office. Authorities say former defense minister Kim Jong-un has been moved to an isolation room after an attempt on his own life before his formal arrest warrant was issued last night. Kim was the first public figure to be detained over the martial law declaration on December 3rd. He's accused of being the one to recommend the move. Separately yesterday, South Korean police said they sent officers to search President Yoon Suk-yeol's office as part of the investigation into the declaration. Yoon is now banned from leaving the country as police and prosecutors investigate whether he and his supporters in the government, as well as the military, committed an insurrection when they sent armed troops into the National Assembly last week to try to prevent lawmakers from gathering to cancel the martial law decree. They were ultimately unsuccessful. Lawmakers voted unanimously to end martial law just 6 hours after it was put in place. Investigators have vowed to arrest or at least detain Yoon. He's still the country's president and refusing to resign after an impeachment attempt on Saturday failed when members of his party left Parliament and boycotted the vote. The country's main opposition party says it's preparing a new impeachment motion. A vote on that is expected as early as this Saturday. Here in the U.S., wow, look at this devastation. Firefighters in Southern California are battling a raging wildfire that has prompted evacuations and damaged homes in the affluent beach community of Malibu, northwest of Los Angeles. The Franklin fire has spread to more than 3,000 acres and is 0% contained, according to CAL FIRE's most recent update. The fast-moving inferno broke out late Monday night and quickly grew, fueled by strong Santa Ana winds, some gusts as strong as 90 miles an hour. More than 1,500 firefighters are now battling the flames and smoke. Students, teachers, and administrators at Pepperdine University were told to shelter in place as the fire kept getting closer and closer. Final exams were canceled. There have been no reports of deaths or serious injuries, but officials say the fire has destroyed at least 7 homes so far. The National Weather Service is forecasting days of extreme dry, windy weather ahead. A federal judge has rejected The Onion's winning bid to buy InfoWars. The satirical news outlet won the auction to buy Alex Jones's platform last month. Jones was forced to put the platform up for sale to help pay $1.5 billion in damages that he owes the families of the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting victims for falsely claiming the massacre in Connecticut was a hoax. However, last night, a federal bankruptcy judge said there was a lack of transparency in the auction process, and it failed to maximize value for the victims' families, even though they had given their approval for InfoWars to be sold to The Onion for an undisclosed amount of money. In what is becoming a nightly spectacle, mysterious drones seen flying over New Jersey in recent weeks should prompt a limited state of emergency. That's the belief of Republican State Senator John Bramnick, who said in a statement New Jersey should ban all drones until the public receives an explanation regarding these multiple sightings. His statement comes after the mayors of 21 New Jersey towns wrote a letter to Governor Phil Murphy demanding action. The FBI so far has only said it is doing all it can to figure out what is going on, and the public can continue to call in tips. Finally this morning, you could say it's the end of the road for General Motors' Cruise robo-taxi program. GM saying Tuesday it plans to realign its autonomous driving strategy to focus on advanced driver assistance systems for use in personal vehicles. This comes a year after GM grounded its fleet of driverless vehicles after an accident in California, and Cruise getting fined $1.5 million. GM, which owns about 90% of Cruise, says it intends to buy the remainder of the company and will combine GM and Cruise technical teams. GM cites an increasingly competitive robo-taxi market as one reason it will no longer fund the business. Kyle Vogt, the founder of Cruise, who left the company in 2023, reacted to the news on X, saying, quote, "In case it was unclear before, it is clear now. GM are a bunch of dummies," end quote. We hope you're a bit smarter for watching us. That'll do it for Unbiased Updates for this Wednesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. For all of us here at Straight Arrow News, I'm Craig DeGrelli. Have a wonderful Wednesday.